COVID-19 has impacted on almost every sector in the economy, from big businesses to small businesses. But what effect is it having on South Africa's mushrooming startup ecosystem? So let's find out with the author of Dear Startup Entrepreneur, Tshepo Moses Mosiedi. Tshepo, thanks a lot for joining us this evening. One may say that it's particularly difficult for startups during a COVID-19 pandemic. I mean, you can imagine how difficult it is under normal circumstances. So how are small businesses faring during this time, in your opinion?
Hi, Faith. Thank you for having me on your show. It's a very difficult time for small businesses and startups, because, the economy has shut down and there's less money that's being spent in the economy. But however, and to our surprise, we've seen a lot of startups, mushrooming out of nowhere, giving big business a competition, especially in the e-commerce space. We have seen a lot of startups coming in, people starting their own delivery businesses.
I mean, one may say that this is the time more now than ever to become more innovative and also maybe pivot, especially where smaller businesses are failing to make those advances and in expansion in their businesses, that this is the time now to have a turnaround strategy.
No, definitely. I mean, with COVID, it has forced us to be innovative as entrepreneurs, and it has forced us to adapt to 4IR and also to adapt to artificial intelligence. And if you can see, this is where the economy is going. A lot of us as entrepreneurs, we're just, relaxed, sitting back, using old methods to run our businesses. But now, we are now slowly but surely adjusting to 4IR. Even, with meetings and interviews, now they are done on your Zoom, they are done on your Skype. So that's how basically we are progressing, and that's how innovative we are trying to be as entrepreneurs.
Yeah. Do you think that small businesses in the South African context are agile enough to meet the demands of the time?
Definitely. To my surprise, that's why I say I was surprised to see how many small businesses, are starting to thrive. We've seen a lot of businesses opening stores during pandemics. We've seen a lot of businesses employing, especially small businesses, employing people during pandemics. So I feel like, to an extent, lockdown has, leveled the playing field. The big businesses are going down, and the small businesses and startups are mushrooming, and they are continuing to grow.
But then you also propose, that in your opinion piece, that we need an actual safeguard, especially when it comes to the finances of one's business, particularly during a COVID-19 pandemic. In fact, you list about 4 steps in terms of safeguarding one's finances. Take us through those steps.
Definitely. Entrepreneurs will have to go back to their management accounts, look at their revenue models, or rather revenue streams, and see how they were performing during the lockdown so that they can be able to prepare for post-COVID. They also have to go through their cost of sales, as well as look at their operating expenses model, and their operating expenses model will obviously help them to plan what kind of profit they want to make when they do financial projections. So this is very, very important, because post-lockdown, there's still businesses still going, it's going back to normal, and we are anticipating this is going to be around December or January 2021. And now, with you having right financial projections or financial management in your business, you are able to plan ahead, because when, business gets back to normal, entrepreneurs will need cash flow so that they can be able to meet the demands of the customers and the demands of the market.
You also propose tips on how to survive during lockdown, and I think these ones are particularly important. Even though we're on level 2 of lockdown, many businesses are looking at recovery, especially recovering from level 5 of the lockdown, where most of the businesses were actually completely inactive. So take us through those proposals that you put forward. How does a small business at that, survive during this lockdown period?
You need to really be innovative right now. Innovation is the key to success for now. We've seen it with the lockdown. If you are not innovative, you're going to be left behind. Another thing, entrepreneurs need to start embracing collaborations and partnerships. Sometimes if you want to build a great business or a big business, you'll always need a team. And, also, the lockdown has showed us that, you can't really do it alone. So I would also advise them to try and collaborate, also to try and maybe form consortiums One other thing that I can mention is that, they really need to start now embracing 4IR and artificial intelligence. So moving away from the old systems that they were using to now maybe trying to digitize their businesses. Also, my business partner wrote a book on this. It's on our company website in terms of how you can be able to thrive post-lockdown.
Tshepo Moses Mosiedi, we have to leave it there for this evening. Thanks a lot for joining us, shedding some light in terms of the survival of small businesses, SMMEs. Right now is the time for recovery as the country enters into that level 2 of the lockdown.